WTI crude oil has been on the run down from those highs about a month ago, but the sentiment, the technicals, the fundamentals, all looking a lot more positive at the moment. So could this be, WTI's move upwards running into 2022? Well, I'm going to take a look at the charts, technical analysis, to see what's going on and where it's likely to move next. Hello, I'm Stephen Ho, trader and founder of TheStopHunter. So before we can carry on, a risk warning for you to pay close attention to. The content in this video is not investment advice, so please seek the advice, help of financial professionals or financial advisors before investing and trading. And trading and investing involves a high degree of risk and your money is at risk, so be very careful. So with that out the way, let's get on with the analysis. Let's first have a look at some sentiment technical analysis. Firstly, down on the bottom there, we've got the seasonality, and that's starting to pick up to the bullish side now, especially through into the new year. In terms of the commitment of traders data, remember that's updated on a Friday, so at the moment it's looking bearish, so it'll be very interesting to watch what happens to those numbers on Friday to see if it changes the commitment of traders data, which I'm expecting it probably to do, and turn it a bit more bullish. And as you can see, the price at the moment trading right on the longer term 200 moving average, so sentiment wise it's starting to get a little bit more bullish. So Baker Hughes rig count, so it's the first week actually that we see no change from the prior count on that US line there, but the change from last year is still positive, plus 246. So is this a slowdown in positive sentiment? I'm not so sure. Just keep an eye on it over the next few weeks though. Now, inventory levels for those that are interested. Last week worse than expected, minus 0.91 million barrels against a forecast of minus 1.237 million barrels. This week forecast for minus 1.885 million barrels, and that comes out Wednesday afternoon UK time. So watch that space for any anomalies. So still trading within that yellow box on my weekly line chart, as it has done for quite a few of the last few weeks, but a bit more positive. I've drawn on that pink trend line there, almost created 3 touches to it before bouncing on upwards. So that $63 to $76 is a hot zone of, sort of consolidation activity, if you'd like to call it that. At the moment we can break up from $76, then longer upside in terms of potential targets, $91, $92. Downwise it's got to go through the bottom of that yellow box, and then 61.8% lines at $53 and 38.2 at $39. But at the moment starting to look a bit more bullish again. Now the 4-line break chart, well, it's gone through my aggressive 2-bar reversal at $68.25. The conservative up entry is $77.75, but I marry that into the stochastics at the bottom. That's got to get through the 20 zone, and it's not there yet. So anywhere really between, I reckon, 73 to at 77.75 could be a possible entry point for you. The daily Heikin Ashi also looking a bit more positive, although the signals at the moment are weak bearish. We've got volatility shooting up from an average of just under 30% per year to double that, over 60%, which is at its recent highs. And volume actually in the last few days in that bullish turn hasn't been that significant, which is something to keep an eye on. And that we had that bullish period of about 5 days where it was trading above its longer term moving average. But I want to draw your attention to the price chart, that green line, trend line I've drawn there. See how many times the price bounces off that zone there. We see 4 touches there, and it's roughly around $62 seems to be the key turning point back for crude oil at the moment. Signal wise, we're outside of our 2 standard deviation bands and our 2-line pink box break setup, so still sort of bearish there, but as you can see the price has turned and the indicators are warming up to be a bit more bullish. And the Renko chart with a 50 cent block size, well, we've got all our signals now turning positive. We've got a buy signal breaking out of the 2-line pink box break setup, and we are still though trading under the $200 longer term moving average, with a trend slightly down as expected from the monthly sell-off that we've seen going back into early November. Upsides, well, breaks through the 61.8% Fibonacci line. That longer term moving average is likely to draw itself towards the price. Then you're probably looking 76, late 70s, and then $81, $82, and a good upside target at the moment would be the late $80 sort of range. 90s, late 90s, as you can see right at the top there, where that would be a fabulous move upwards, and probably not too likely at the moment unless there's some fundamental shift in the market. But overall, starting to, like I say, warm up to the bullish side. Now, I think I mentioned last week that I thought the sell-off was starting to slow down, and we've sort of seen that in the charts this week, and the sort of change to a more positive feel overall. Heikin-Ashi and Renko both mixed in terms of signals, but that's because they're moving back from that more bullish outlook over the last few weeks. And in the top right, those other factors, seasonality, rig counts, line break chart, all sort of bullish. Wait and see what the COT data does on Friday. That'll be an interesting one to watch, but like I say, it's feeling a bit more bullish overall. And if we focus in on the targets, to the upside 2.67, 4.67 to 1, downside not looking as flavoursome, 1.1 and 2 to 1 to the downside. But overall, I'm going to give WTI crude oil this week a weak bullish outlook. So my final thoughts for WTI crude oil this week, well, if you're of a bullish disposition, then it's looking a lot better for you. It'll be interesting to see how the Omicron COVID variant impacts sentiment and demand over the next few weeks and months. That could be an interesting one to watch and could seriously impact crude oil prices. Let me know in those comments below where you think the price is heading next. Do you agree, disagree with the analysis? Love to hear from you. And if you've liked today's video, please give us the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons to receive future notification of content I'm going to produce just like this. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.